Welcome back to my channel. I'm Kimmy from Kimmy Adds Sparkle. I am an independent consultant for Close to My Heart, and today I'm going to run you through some stamping techniques. I'm actually going to use this stamp set here. It is the You Make Me Smile Operation stamp set. You can currently order this one off my website. Alright, let's get started. So the first thing is I've got a piece of white daisy here, cardstock. I'm only using black ink because then you'll be able to see it better. Alright, so the first one is plastic stamp sets come with a piece of squishy foam. Alright, so you need to stamp on something that is squishy, so you can either use this that comes with the stamp set, or you can use the back of your Versamat here. So for the purpose of this, I'm actually going to use the squishy foam that comes with the stamp set. Okay, so you'll always want to put it underneath. Okay, so the first, and I've got my trusty Intense Blank ink here. First stamping technique will be solid stamping. Alright, and make sure it's all inked up. Alright, and then just stamp. There we go. Now this one here is not been used yet. So any stamp that you haven't used yet, ideally what you need to do is try it out on a separate piece of paper first, but you also need to season it. Now to season the stamp, you just need to rub it back and forth on your hand for a little while. That just removes any residue that is on there, so it gives you a nice clean stamp when you do it. Alright, so let's have a go at this one. So we'll ink it up, and then we'll grab a piece of scrap paper and just stamp on there. See, that's come out quite nice. So then you go, okay, fine, we'll go ahead, and so we'll stamp it up again, and then we'll stamp this one down. There we go. Now the second technique that I wanted to show you was actually second generation stamping. So what you do is, now that you've stamped that one, you don't stamp it again, so don't stamp it on your stamp pad, just stamp it again down there, and then you get your second generation stamping. Try it again. We'll do it with the bigger one. So we stamp it all up, stamp it down there, so that's your solid stamping, and then your second generation stamping. So if you have a look, so you can see that you've got your solid and then your second generation. It's a lot lighter, but you might want to use that for a background. Okay, now the next technique I wanted to show you was some random stamping. Alright, so we'll turn our piece of paper over and we'll bring in our scrap paper again. We're all still stamping on this. So random stamping. So we've got our little flower here, and we just ink it up again, and then we're going to go start off the page, ink it, stamp, and just continue going down the line, making a pattern. And if you wanted to, you can do your second generation as well. Alright, so that'll give you some random stamping. See, it's come off the page as well, so you can do a whole sheet of that. And sometimes you can use that as a background. I have used this technique myself on some cardstock. I did one for my son's penguin page. I didn't have any penguin paper, so I used second generation stamping of the penguin stamp. So the next technique I'm going to show you is the string and block. So you'll want a block, my acrylics block. I've got a 1x1 here, and some twine. Okay, so I've got some twine here. So then all you're going to do is wrap that twine around your block a few times, and then just tie it off at the top. And once it's tied, you're going to use, so you can move it around. You can move it around to make it, you know, there. Alright, let's grab in our white daisy again that we've been using, that we've been practicing on. Grab our intense black ink, and all you're going to do is stamp on there as you normally would, and then you stamp obviously my block's not, make sure you clean your block off. I've just got a normal baby wipe here, just clean the block. There you go. Okay, so the next technique that we're going to do is ombre. So I'll turn my white daisy over because we can use the other side, and we'll bring back in our cute little fox. And I'm going to use candy apple and canary for this particular demonstration. So what you're going to want to do is take your lightest colour first, so in this case it's canary. After you've done that one, bring in your candy apple, and here is where the rock and roll comes in. So you just want to do the edges, very lightly touch the edges of your stamp, so you're rolling it around and around and around to get a bit of that on there. And then we go ahead and stamp it down. And then as you can see, it's given us the yellow on the inside, but we've got red on the outside, so it's nice. Just adds a little bit of something to your stamping there. Alright, so that's that technique. Okay, the next technique I'm going to show you is the ombre technique. So we'll continue using our little fox here. So what you'll need is, again, you use your lighter colour first. This time actually you want to stamp it this way, not the other way. So stamp it like this. So just on the top half there. Alright, and then we'll bring in the candy apple and pop this on the other half, just like so, so that it's all nice and stamped up. Alright, and then we'll pop it on here. You should get a nice little ombre effect. There you go. You might not be able to see it very well on here, but it does go from yellow to orange to red, and that's how you get your ombre effect. The next technique I want to show you is masking. Now let's just say on this image here you want to put the fox in a different colour to the leaves. You want the leaves green and you want to have the fox stamped in black. So what I'm going to use is, I've got the julep stamp here. This is actually the colour of the year at the moment. It's a lovely, lovely tint of green. Alright, so what you're going to do first is you're going to want to stamp on another piece of paper the actual image. Okay, now what I've done is I've actually already done that, and I've cut it off. So this is the part that I want in green, and this is the part that I'm going to have in black. So what you're going to do is down the fox first. Okay, now we're going to grab our stamp and we're going to just stamp it all in green. Okay, so it's all stamped up, nice, ready to go. Now all we're going to do is stamp directly over the top. And then if you remove that bit, we've only got that little bit in green. Now to get the black bit, you'll grab your other one, pop that directly over the top where you've already stamped. We'll stamp in the black. Again, just stamp it up, stamp, stamp, stamp. Now place it down. And then remove your mask, and there you have it. I have now got the fox in black, and the leaves are in green. That is that last technique that I'm going to show you. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.